And welcome to Ozarks Live. Thanks for joining us today.
How are you?
I'm doing fine. I spent some time in Branson today.
What'd you do in Branson?
I was at the Titanic Museum because
Really?
they have a new display they've just put up there. You know, well, you have to go see it. It's going to be there through the month of October, and it has to do with Elvis Presley. I know you didn't expect that, but it has to do with Elvis and the Titanic. They're both icons. It's not like Elvis stayed on the Titanic or anything, but it's a cool item that they have. A little touchstone with Elvis.
Trying to figure that connection out, but okay. I haven't been to that Titanic museum. It's really cool. I haven't been there in probably 10 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Seriously, I can't remember.
I get it. I hadn't been there for a while either. And
I really should go back. It was fascinating to go through it before. It's just been a long time since I've actually done that, which is stupid if you think about it. I mean, it's right there, and I just should,
yeah. Well, a lot of us, we forget about that,
well,
that
yeah,
sort of
it's
stuff.
like, yeah.
And the thing is, I went down there to interview Mary Kellogg, you know, who was one of the owners of the Titanic Museum there, and we'll have that on, you know, maybe tomorrow, just to let you know what all is happening and what this. This exhibit is all about.
So Elvis Presley is now at the Titanic in one form or another. There's a lot of Elvis in Branson, though, if you think about it.
There is.
There's some. Would you say Elvi? There are Elvi.
I think because they refer to themselves as the Flying Elvi.
Okay.
You know, all of those parachute.
Yeah.
So
Are they there too? Not now. They're not.
No, they weren't. But Dean Z was there. And he's one of the
he's still there, isn't he? He's really good. Yeah.
Yeah, he's one of the all-time best as far as, you know, people who pay homage to Elvis and
to
all
the king
he's
himself.
done.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. So, yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Good deal. All right.
And getting to see that stuff. What'd you do today?
I don't remember.
And
that's when you know it's really boring. I have no idea what I did today.
See, I was going to say just the opposite. If she's not latching on to one thing that she did, that means she was doing so many things that she can't focus on that one thing. She's always busy.
No, I came in here and I've been on the phone some. I wrote a few things for the show. I made a few calls. Like I said, I just really haven't done anything. I'm a little sad, though, because my step timber, we're all supposed to be doing step timber.
Yeah.
I'm like in the hole on that thing. I'm really, really sad about that, too, because all you have to do is walk and get some steps, you know?
I have a feeling you'll make up for it.
This is why I'm not on a team. Nobody in this building put me on a team, and that's fine. I did sign up, and I did, you know. But, like, see, I don't even have my watch on that gives us my steps.
Yeah. Well, now, I made money from several people to not join teams. Yeah. Yeah.
I've seen some of my coworkers rocking laps around the parking lot, and I'm like, it's a mess. My step timber is not stepping.
You'll do it.
It's just bad. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's not too far gone, but this is my excuse. I don't have my fitness watch, so I can't. I'm not stepping. All right, we have a fun show for you guys today. Jeff Steele is in the studio with us a little bit later to talk about something going on over at the Gilloy's Theater. We talked to his wife, Joy, last week briefly about the movies that they have on Friday nights. This is part of their recovery project.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. All right. It is interesting. Cool.
Yeah.
And plus we get to chat with Lyle Foster to get the backstory on his video rendition of Lift Every Voice.
Yeah, pretty amazing. Not to mention Cammie. She got to hang out with Rachel West of Eating the Ozarks to learn a brand new recipe.
But before we get to all that, here's what's on the radar.
All right, I got a couple things on my radar. Local things that I feel like we should remind you of. Now, remember last week we also talked about the apron auction?
Yes.
At T-Bar and Bites that benefits Ozarks Food Harvest. Well, the online auction ends in a few hours.
Oh.
Okay, but what you're seeing here, is a silent auction inside T-Bar and Bites over at Pickwick and Cherry. Now, Colleen, the owner over there, tells me that the auction's going to continue through the end of the month. And not only aprons, she has lots of things over there. She's got a bunch of masks that aren't even auctioned. She's just outright selling them. Masks that people have made, if you need any. But there are also men's aprons, kids' aprons. There's a tea basket. There's some wine. Now, she's extending the silent auction because so many people are taking advantage of sitting out in the courtyard because it's a little bit easier for distancing, that they're not going in and seeing the auction. But she wants to do everything she can for the food harvest.
Right.
So She's just saying you can vote online at the Ozarks Food Harvest until probably midnight. But her
Right.
stuff, you got till the end of the month. So,
Sweet.
yeah, so that's one thing.
Good.
I've got another thing I want to talk to you
Oh.
about. By the way, did I tell you about the Give? Yes, the Give Back campaign. We had them on yesterday, the
Right.
Foundation for Springfield Public Schools. Okay, that is going on today only. See right there, it says September 17th. If you go to supportsps.org, you will find a link. This money helps aid the supplemental funding projects that go above and beyond because our teachers want to teach more than just the typical curriculum.
Right.
Sometimes they need more things. Sometimes they need more supplies. Sometimes they need more technology or infrastructure.
And most of the time, that money comes out of their pocket, too.
It does, and it shouldn't have to.
No.
And yesterday we talked about that, and you've got until probably, the end of the day today to help that out, and that is supportsps.org if you are so inclined. So that's what's on my radar right now, just a couple of local things.
All right, here's what's on mine.
What you got?
We have a pandemic. We have hurricanes. We have wildfires. We have murder hornets. Okay? All this year. Well, you think 2020 is done with us yet? Nope, not by a long shot. Here's something I just learned about. The gimpy. That is the word for stinging tree in the language of a group of indigenous Australians. These giant trees, which can grow taller than 100 feet, are found in the rainforests of eastern Australia. Keep them there. Their innocent leaves, whose fluffy, furry look makes you want to, kind of pet them, pack a real punch. They inject a toxin that delivers a biting pain that can last hours, days, even months. Folklore says this pain has driven men to madness and prompted horses to hurl themselves off cliffs.
Just
Now,
what we need.
Yeah, well, although these stories can't be verified, the absolute agony of being stabbed by the downy hairs of the gimpy can. It's been compared to having a nail shoved into your flesh. And it can even land you in the hospital. Scientists are trying to figure out what gives the beast its punch, but so far, science has only been able to identify some of the ingredients in the toxin, which, when injected, and I quote, lock the afflicted arrow into the molecular equivalent of an infinite scream, end quote.
Wow.
Don't mess around they mark off hiking areas, don't go in here. But people sometimes do anyway.
Where can I get me some of them trees for my yard?
Eastern Australia. Oh, that'd make a good keep out.
Oh,
kind
well,
of
I'm telling you
bush.
what, they may have just overlooked one of the, a cash cow with people who were like, hey, get off my lawn. Gimpy. Just throwing it out there. All right, coming up, Jeff Steele will be sitting down with us to talk about the efforts to raise money for the Gilloys.
Now, you don't want to miss it, so don't go away. Ozarks Live is just getting started.